Hi, this is Greg McCoach of the Mining Speculator. We're here at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver, May of 2019. Today I'm with CEO and President Paul Cowley of First Vanadium Corp. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Greg.
Yeah. I was really enthusiastic about our little panel discussion we had with all the investors who followed us after your original presentation. This was their time to interact with you, and I thought there were some very good questions. And
they were very good questions, yeah.
Really, you built some excitement there because I think the story is growing despite our poor market at the current circumstance.
Right.
But I do feel like your story is going to gain momentum as time goes on because of the nature of what's happening in the world for the demand for vanadium and strengthening and lightening steel, for the electric battery market, which is much better than the lithium model. And so why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely, yeah. It's an exciting time that we're coming into. We had a great year in 2018 for the metal price. Got a little bit ahead of itself, and it's had a pullback, but the demand is still there. Yeah. Steel is globally is increasing at 4.5%. In China, last year was 10%. There's infrastructural stimulus packages that are being implemented in China. There's $35 trillion of infrastructural projects that have been put on the books for globally.
And we're talking infrastructure for everybody.
Infrastructure, yeah. That's right.
Bridges, roads, dams,
pipelines.
Pipelines,
yeah. Subways. There's 3 subways in China that are being built right now that are consuming 10% of the vanadium market.
Wow, worldwide.
The annual production.
Output, yeah.
Yeah. So there's just small amounts can make a big difference.
Yeah.
And add to the cumulative demand.
Right.
And then the requirements by Chinese rebar manufacturers to have 30% more vanadium in their rebar is a demand in a greater demand itself, and that's what drove the price last fall. And that is a very real thing. The government will be enforcing this requirement for better standards of.
Yeah, safer, lighter, stronger standards
right.
for the cities and the building they're doing. Yeah.
And the battery side is small, but it's a really exciting solution for our world.
Well, it was a point you made in there that I really would like you to reiterate, because the lithium batteries have a problem with waste,
That's right. After 3 to 5 years, the ability to charge and recharge, as we all know, when we use batteries, we have to replace them often. Right. And in this particular application, in the industrial size electric storage battery, that would be comparable to the redox flow battery, the vanadium one, the lithium battery will have to be replaced after 3 to 5 years, where the vanadium ones will keep on going 25 years beyond, because it doesn't contaminate itself. Right. It just keeps on going, and so you're going to have these disposal issues of metal batteries that on a very, very large scale, and it'll happen also in the EV batteries too.
Right. Well, this is a huge selling point. I mean, I think this is a huge selling point if the electric vehicle market continues to move forward as many expect. So.
Well, there's a prototype of a vanadium battery for an EV, for an automobile that Mitsubishi was working on, and it used 23 kilos of vanadium. It charged in 7 minutes and had a 600-kilometer range.
Wow.
So, I mean, it was expensive relative to the way the lithium EV batteries are being marketed right now, but I think that seems to be a solution. Once your lithium battery depletes, you want to replace it with something that's better.
Right. So that's
another
key point. Yeah, key point. So we'll watch the costs with that, but a very interesting point, I thought, because I learned something there too, and it was quite exciting for me. So let's get back to the project itself.
Yes.
The Carlin trend, the Carlin project within the Carlin trend in Nevada. It's one of the highest grade uranium projects.
Vanadium.
Vanadium projects
in North America. The primary ones, it's black shale hosted ones. It's the best. It's the highest grade.
And it's advanced stage.
Yep.
We've got a resource calculation that, you know, another good item I thought we should highlight is the $3.5 billion in situ value from that.
Yeah, even at the current low
Current
prices
price.
right now.
Right.
Yeah. And our market cap is 15 million.
I know, it's so,
For the company,
it's so
it's-
attractive.
yeah, it
very,
is
very
attractive,
attractive.
yeah.
Because if you believe in vanadium for the next 3 to 5 years, this is an excellent opportunity at these levels to get on board.
Mhm.
And,
And it's being run by a very, very serious group of highly senior technical people, engineers and geologists who've have over 400 years of industry
Right.
experience.
Best of the
Four
best.
metallurgists, 2 mining engineers, construction engineer, geological, you know, so it's you know, it's very unusual to have a junior company with that much scope and depth of experience.
right.
So you know it's serious.
No, it's serious, and,
Yeah.
and that speaks volumes about the quality of the project. It's checking all my boxes, right? And when I look at these things, good share structure, good jurisdiction, good people, highly technical, the market
Yeah.
seems like it's going to move that way eventually, regardless of what happens in the big picture.
Yeah.
You know, and so ultimately, you're going to be working on your PEA. You're going to start getting
Yep.
that started in what, June or July?
Yeah, we've got a little bit more metallurgy to do. We've made some pretty good inroads already, and we're getting 95% on average vanadium extraction out of the rock.
Right.
We've got another segment to work on, which is the back end SX to get the vanadium out into a product that we can sell.
Right.
We're also working on beneficiation that would basically high grade the deposit in a smaller volume of rock, so you end up having a smaller plant to
Right.
process it. So we're working through a number of really smart ways of lowering CapEx and OpEx, which is what we need to do, obviously, to be a competitive situation.
Right.
So we're getting probably 2 months away from all that before we start a PEA, and then by the end of the year is when we would expect to have the results from that PEA. So we're
Right.
moving along fairly quickly, and we've just announced a private placement 3 days ago, and we've got it 80% fill,
Right.
very low dilution. It just
Just add a little more money to the till.
That's
It's smart.
right. Yeah, this goes to the bottom line, or to, you know, to smarten up the.
And you're cashed up over $1 million now with
We
that.
have $1 million now, and then
A little bit more.
with this $1 million coming in, then we're going to be fine.
2 million.
Yeah, we'll have $2 million. Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So-
really good.
healthy without too much dilution for the shareholders.
Right, right, and that's important. I've been trying to tell people, you know, where status quo doesn't cut it anymore in the mining business. You have to
Yeah.
have the best of everything, the highest grades, the best jurisdictions,
Yeah.
the tightest share structures,
Yeah,
the
well,
cash on hand, the
there you
people who
go.
will support you
Yeah.
when the market doesn't operate. You've got all that. So.
Yeah.
One other high point, PEA, the
Yeah.
other thing we should tell people, preliminary economic assessment. It's a way of evaluating the project for economics. Is this project economic so
Yeah.
that it can make money given the circumstances of the current market? So
Yeah.
I always like to explain that because
Absolutely,
sometimes
yeah.
we use our little
Yeah, industry.
industry terms
Buckets, yeah.
and people aren't
Yeah.
familiar with those. So let's see here, what else do we want to cover? Anything else you want to mention?
Well, I think since the resource that came out 2 months ago, which was much better than we expected, because we had more metal in the ground, higher grade, more tons, which was really, really good for us
Yeah.
with our 2 drilling programs. We did that metallurgical results of averaging 95%, and we've also got we've demonstrated that the deposit's even longer
Right.
with some additional drilling information that came available to us. So
Yeah.
they're all, you know, every little bit helps, right? It's all progress and all positive for us.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap. I
Yeah.
think it's all good.
Thank you very much.
You're moving forward.
Yeah.
You're hitting your benchmark, so I'm real excited about the future of the company.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.